When is the devil ever too tired to raise hell? I've now tuned in to my haves and have-nots recap. Guys, be sure to subscribe if you have not yet done so. Also be sure to share this video wherever you like to share videos and give it that good old thumbs up. Okay, hun? Alright. So now, oh yeah, and be sure to check out my other channel, which is Samore Love TV, which has one recap and also has lots of other different types of videos. Okay? Okay. So now, this one is called In Memoriam. Okay, and Veronica, she comes over to Wyatt because Wyatt, he's just spilling the beans to everybody. He is telling everybody everything. He was just about to tell Hanna what he had did as well to her son. But Veronica, she had came over and she was just kind of calling him ungrateful and saying that he has to respect them. And it kind of seemed to me like Veronica was meeting her match with Wyatt, because every shot that she was giving to Wyatt, he was kind of coming back with something nice and clever right back. I'm like, yes, Wyatt, you let her know you are not scared of her. He was just going tit for tat, not showing any signs of fear at all. She's like, oh, we did all this for you. You owe me. You owe your family because we saved your life. And he's like, for what though? So when he finally leaves, she talks to Jim and she tells Jim that he needs to show Wyatt what jail really is like. And he is just like, well, you know, I'm tired. And she's like, when is the devil ever too tired to raise hell? So I guess they're going to come up with a plan to find a way to put him in jail so he can kind of get a little taste of it, so that hopefully he will change his mind about confessing and everything. Candace, she actually does end up going to this funeral as she said that she was going to do, even though her mother warned her not to go and what she was going to do to her if she went. She's like, you know, she gave her that look. Like, you better not try me. Catherine, she's nice enough to invite Candace over to their place. You know how people tend to have the gatherings after a funeral to kind of, I don't know. To me, it almost seems like a party. Like, most people are like drinking and talking. I guess it's to kind of, to have the whole memorial type of thing going down. So that's what they do. And she invites her over there, and her mom's like, you better not go. And she's like, I was invited. And I'm like, Candace, I thought you were smarter than that, girl. It don't seem too right. The way, the look that Catherine has in her eye, it just seemed like something wasn't right. And I'm like, girl, how you not picking up that vibe? What is wrong with you? Wyatt and Jeffrey, they're together in the kitchen in the Cryer residence. And he's drinking and he's just kind of, I feel like he was kind of taunting Jeffrey. Because he was saying things like, oh, you want me and you want me to turn over to your team. And he was saying, what were you and Landon doing? It almost seemed like he was like a bit jealous. I'm like, yo, is this dude on the low-low? Like, I feel like he's a little bit on the low-low, but he's just trying to see how he can get into Jeffrey's head, and then maybe one night it's just gonna go down, a drunken night, and he gonna blame it on the alcohol, blame it on the Jamie Foxx. She was right with that one right there. So that's what I kind of feel like is going to go down, but I'm not really too sure. But when Landon comes over after Wyatt is about to leave, and Landon is just like, yo, this dude is 100% straight. Like, you need to leave him alone. All he's doing is messing with your head. But of course, Jeffrey, he doesn't want to hear anything negative about his boo thing, Wyatt. He feels in his head that one day something is going to magically happen. And I don't think that he's too far-fetched. I don't think that idea is too far-fetched. I think that it's actually going to happen sooner or later. Veronica, she actually tries to bring this little hooker chick, this little Melissa girl. I mean, I don't know if I should feel bad for her or if I should be like, if I should not like her, because I feel like she's just compromising her morals and trying to be with a man that doesn't want her at all, like at all, just because she's being bullied. So when she's finally cornered after he literally tells her he wants her to leave, and she's cornered by Candace and him. She finally breaks down and tells them the reason why she's so persistent. And the reason is because his mother has something over her family's head where they owe her like $1 million or something along that lines. And if she doesn't get him to marry her and have a little pickney by him, a little child by him, then she's going to take their house and do something else. I think their store, their business or something. She's gonna have it all closed down. So she's holding a lot of power over their head, and she's gonna stop giving the father medicine. And the father has cancer. So it's a lot that's really riding on this. But I'm like, at the end of the day, you're gonna help your family, but you're gonna be miserable. Like, is it really worth it? I mean, I can totally see how she's trying to help now that I got the backstory. But it's still, that's a hard one. It's like, do you help your family out so you're not all on the streets, and so your family, your father can live longer, hopefully with the help of medicine, or you stay strong and not do it, and then possibly lose that all, including your father? It's a tough one. So I kind of understand. What do you guys think? Would you do it? I don't know. That's a tough one. So yeah, she says that she's pregnant supposedly, and Candace is just like, yo, meet me back at the hotel. And she tells Jeffrey to get a whole bunch of pregnancy tests. I guess they're going to see if she's real talk, if she's really pregnant or not. I just hope she's not. It's stupid. It really is. I don't want him to get tricked like that. Maggie Day, she takes David into one of the other back offices when they're at the funeral. And, well, after the funeral, the gathering. And she tells him that he needs to be careful with Veronica. And he's just like, oh, he's just defending her. And he constantly does that. And it just makes you want to, what's wrong with you? David, like, you're trying. When do you say it's time to hang it up? When do you stop? I mean, I commend him for being so loyal and honest and trustworthy and doing what's right in the end. But dude, at the end of the day, you're doing too much. Like, this woman tried to burn you up. She tried to literally set you, not even just the house, but she tried to set you, a man, a real life human being, she tried to set you on fire. If that doesn't cause for somebody to want a divorce or want to leave somebody, then I don't know what the hell will. I'm just saying, like, dude, you're really doing too much right now. It's making me mad. Like, come on. But real though, like, really? So he's just like, she says that he's like, yo, I'm not going to talk about my wife. That's not a discussion for us to have. And she's just like, why? Is it just not with anyone or just not with me? And he's like, mainly not with you. And he's like, because you're attracted to me. And she is like, well, I'm not just attracted to you. I see you. You know, and that's a thing that makes a lot of people ultimately cheat, is because their spouses don't see them. They're in the house together, but a lot of times the love starts to get lost, and they go somewhere else because they feel like they're not getting the attention that they need, they deserve. I feel like this woman would probably give him so much freaking attention, but then it's gonna look like he left her for the white girl. But it's not even like that. It's that she's being a royal bee, and then you're gonna wonder why your husband doesn't want to be with you at the end of the day. It's because of things like that. It's because of what you're doing. You're pushing him away. He's trying to come back. He's trying to be loyal and be good, and she keeps on pushing him away. So I don't blame him if he goes out and steps out and gets somebody who actually appreciates him. Because she's like, yo, the way that she's treating you is just making me want to be with you more and more. And I can understand what she's saying, because I think she wants to be that person to love him, because she feels like she can. And she can do a better job than what Veronica is doing. So anyways, Maggie, she's just like, yo, where's your truck? And he is like, I don't know, it should be by the house. It's like, well, maybe you should ask your wife where it is. Did it get burnt with, and she also knows that it was arson that went down. So now she's like, you need to come up with a plan, because I can't defend you if it's arson, especially when it's a $3 million house. I'm just like, ooh, dang, that house was expensive. And you burnt it down, girl? You know she getting off of, nah, she not even getting off of her nerves. She's off of her nerves. So, she asks him about the car, about the truck and everything, and he doesn't really know anything. And she's just like, okay. And then she wants to bring up the fact, because she knows already that the wife was cheating. She got pictures. I guess she had somebody following her, investigating or whatever, and she has pictures of her and Benny getting down and dirty. Yes. And it looks like she was giving him head. I mean, that's just what it looked like to me from the, like, maybe the second or third picture that I saw. That's exactly what it looked like. And I'm just like, oh, child. These are some incriminating photos. Like, there's no way you can say we were just talking. We were just playing a game. We were just talking. It's not gonna work. There's no way. These pictures don't lie. Sometimes they say, oh, the picture lied. No, not these pictures. So she kind of looks through the pictures so we can see it, and she can kind of look at them, but she's like, you know what? He's like, yo, you don't drop hints, you drop bombs. What is it that you want to tell me? And she's like, you know what? I just know that you love your wife. And he's trying to get more information, but she just walks out like, you know what, case closed. I'm not going to say anything else. I think she doesn't want to be at this, well, maybe right now in this episode, she doesn't want to be the reason why he walks away from her. She wants him to actually find out for himself, and just kind of, if he's gonna leave her based off of the fact that he found out that she was doing him dirty, not because she was snitching, that type of thing. Because then she's always gonna kind of look at the bad person, and it can actually flip around, and somebody could end up hating the other person just because they were the ones that really solidified that breakup, that really messed up the whole entire relationship. So she kind of thought about it, and she's like, you know what, I don't want to be the one to break his heart. I'd rather him find out for himself. I think that was the whole reason behind her not saying anything. Catherine, she asked Candace to come into the other room, and when she did, she's asking her questions. What did you do to what's her name? What did you do to the daughter? And she was just like, maybe the question is, what did you guys do to her? You guys probably pushed her to the point of her committing suicide, to Amanda. And she, like an idiot, she said she wasn't going to drink the drink that they was giving her, the whiskey or whatever it was that they was giving her, the bourbon or whatever. And she gives it back, and she turned her back and starts to walk towards the door. And that's exactly when Mrs. Cryer came and knocked her in the head with a bottle. And I'm just like, girl, I thought you were from the hood. I thought you were smarter than that. You see how this woman's looking at you. You see how she has that face where she's just not backing down from nobody. And she just lost her daughter at the end of the day. Like, she's trying to get answers, and you're playing with her. That's not acceptable. And it wasn't acceptable. So that's exactly what she did. I feel like she did what she did. And yeah, she's laid out on the couch. From the coming attractions, it looks like she's gonna wake her up with a bucket of ice water. That brings me back to the ACL ice bucket challenge. Worst experience ever. Never again. I don't know how they do that in the football games. But yeah, it's good. It looks like it's gonna get even crazier and crazier. I want to know if Melissa is really pregnant. I'm really hoping she's not. Fingers crossed, you guys. And it looks like David is going to find out about Benny. It looked like maybe even Hanna walked into them doing something inside of her house. So that's going to be crazy if that happened. I'm looking forward to the next episode. Let me know what you think down below. Thanks for watching. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Laters.